Hey legends, welcome back. My name's Clint. I've got a lot to go over in this episode. Got Elk Explorer stuff to go over that's recently some close-up pictures have been seen. Another snake bite, close-up pictures. Using an LTD baritone, the purple one, on stage rather than an ESP. And also I'll be going over one of my own guitars very quickly. Lots to go over in this episode. We'll try and keep it as short as possible. So this is Metallica! Metallica! Thanks for joining me this week again. Second episode, so hopefully the first one was enjoyable, and we'll try and do them weekly if I can, family permitting and other stuff that's going on in my life. So we'll try and do them pretty regularly, as well as the cover stuff and going over everything. There's a lot of stuff to cover in guitar-wise, tones, picks, strings, all that sort of stuff. So want to eventually slowly go over all that stuff. So just going over a few things on Facebook. On a lot of these people that I talk to are on Facebook page called Guitars of Jameshetfield. That's where we go over everything that's Jameshetfield guitar-wise. It's in the name. So just wanted to go over, we recently just got some new close-up shots from Ryu, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, mate, of James's MX250 Elk Explorer, which we all grew up looking at, back in the 90s. And it's quite funny actually, looking at that guitar now close up, I didn't actually realise it was brown, that I thought it was just black. So when it said that it's wood burned, it means the whole guitar's been wood burned. So that wood burning was done by Dino Mordian back in the early 90s, and the barbed wire inlay was done by a guy named Rob Thorne. From 2003 and backwards from there, ESP, the custom shop in Tokyo were actually replicating that exact guitar. So, via custom order, and they only did around six pieces were actually properly made. James has also got, as you're probably well aware of this, he's got a lot of snake bites and a lot of other guitars, and some of them we probably haven't even seen. But I did notice and some other people have also noticed that he's got a snake bite that has a snake skin / alligator skin, crocodile skin on it. I've slowed the video down, you can see it here. It looks pretty cool. I know he's had it for quite a while, and he has used it a few times on and off. A lot of his guitars that you do sort of see not on a regular basis, he has they've got two sets of gear, a blue rig, and I can't remember what the other one's called, but A and B essentially, and they sort of cross over shows ahead. So while they're playing a show in Sydney, their B rig will be setting up in Melbourne, and then he'll travel down and then use those set of guitars. From the videos that we've seen of Chad talking about James's guitars, they've always tried to match everything so it's identical, sound wise, instrument wise, and everything. So when they get there, it's exactly the same. And also, just whilst talking about A and B rigs, Hetfield's purple baritone over the weekend that he's just used at Aftershock Festival, he's using an LTD. Don't know why. Maybe he just liked that one better than one of the ESPs he's using. Maybe it's part of his C rig. Maybe it's part of his Z rig. Who knows? But yeah, there were photos that were taken by everyone's mate, good old Edgar from California to Self Destruct. Hope you're doing well over there, mate. So, and you don't mind me using your photo here. So, Edgar took this awesome photo of Het using the purple baritone during Frantic from the Aftershock festival that they just played. You can see that here, and if you do zoom in on that picture, you can see that Het is using an LTD. We've also got a photo of his flight case from that gig. So you can see his LTD, purple baritone in front, and then the E2 Viper, which is behind, which I know he did use for like songs like Dream No More, prior to getting that signature, the purple baritone. So he did use that. That was for his like Dream No More guitar. Now that Viper is essentially his backup guitar for that, for when he uses it. So I've got quite a few guitars. So this one seems to be the one that I get asked about the most. So thought I'd show everyone. This is something that I use. Out of them all, this would probably be my favourite guitar. So it is essentially a Ken Lawrence replica. It is not a Ken Lawrence guitar, and it is not a Chinese model. So it is a Warmoth build, Warmoth guitar body and Warmoth neck. I didn't build it. I bought it off somebody who had painted it white quite a few years ago now, and I sort of did a little bit of work to it to get it up to sort of where I thought that it needed to be for me to be able to play it. Trying to think of the differences here. So it doesn't have the logo on it of Ken Lawrence, and I don't want to put it on there because I don't want people to think that it is a Ken Lawrence or a Chinese copy, because it isn't. So that first off, I've put Spurzels locking tuners on the back of it. Now the neck is a little bit different because it doesn't have a thin U shape, which I normally use. It's got a flat, thin neck, and you see here it's not a really U shape, a little bit wider, and I really like it. I don't mind it at all. It gives me a different feel when I pick up a guitar. The frets are a little bit, just a touch wider, which I find helpful when playing a lot of clean songs. I do have some big, thick sausage fingers, so trying to squeeze them into little frets, trying to play little intricate parts, on like Call of Cthulhu or something like that, trying to play it clean, you try and make as less mistakes as possible. So the wider frets does help me. And also to the pickups in this, I've left the 8160s inside them, only because I love the clean tone on this so much on the neck pickup, which I do use for my cleans when I go to a clean tone, that I just use the old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. The inlay, yes, that is the sticker. That is probably the only thing that's a little bit not real on it, I guess. But yeah, it looks great, does the part. I can't feel it underneath it. It's one of the ones I've bought, one of the stickers off eBay. Does a great job, even when I'm restringing or putting some oils on the neck. It doesn't come off, doesn't peel, and you can't feel it whatsoever if you put it on properly. The body is maple and the neck is also maple. Yeah, very awesome guitar. Love it for my clean tones. Yeah, like I said, I always do use the neck pickup, and then when I change to my distortion sound, flip down to the bridge pickup, and away we go. Warmoth don't do these shapes anymore. Must have got in trouble off Gibson, and I think for that headstock also must have been a bit of strife off of Ken himself. Any questions on that guitar or anything else, hit me up, let me know. Probably just the last thing we've got, you probably noticed this big fella behind me. So this is a drum. It's just an oil drum that's empty. This is hollow in here, and it's been turned into a Black Album drum, just for aesthetic wise. Looks awesome. You can see the snake and the Metallica logo up the top there. So this was done by Muppets Drum Creations right here in Sydney, Australia. I'll put a link to his Facebook page. Give him a like. If you want one of these bad boys, hit him up. I know they bloody look awesome, and the detail in them is very fine and very accurate. Other than that, like and subscribe. Hit that For Whom the Bell Tolls notification so you can know when new videos drop all the time. And other than that, this has been Metallica. My name's Clint. Thanks very much for tuning in. Bye!